At least 22 security personnel martyred in the ensuing encounter between police and Maoists in Chhattisgarh's Bijapur. Large number of Maoists also reported killed. Union Home Minister Amit Shah speaks to Chhattisgarh Chief Minister. In view of rapidly rising cases of COVID-19, Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds a high-level meeting attended by Cabinet Secretary, Principal Secretary to PM, Health Secretary as well as senior officials. Nearly 93,000 new corona cases reported in the country in the past 24 hours. Campaigning to conclude today in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry, and for third phase of polls in Assam and West Bengal. Leaders from different political parties to attend rallies and meetings across the states today. As COVID-19 cases show surge globally, Bangladesh announces countrywide lockdown from Monday. Turkey reports highest number of cases in a single day. In Myanmar, protests intensify against junta. Death toll in police crackdown on peaceful protesters crosses 550. In sports, Barty clinches second consecutive Miami Open women's title, winning 6-3, 4-0 before her opponent. Bianca Andreescu retires due to injury. Italian Yannick Sinner to take on Polish Hubert Hurkacz in men's final tonight. And the world celebrates Easter today to commemorate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. President, Vice President, Prime Minister extend Easter greetings. Pope Francis hopes for post-pandemic rebirth at Easter Vigil. Namaskar, I'm Abhishek Mahajan. Our top story. In Chhattisgarh, several Naxals have been gunned down in an encounter in Bijapur district of Bastar region on Saturday. 22 Jawans also martyred in the encounter. And following specific inputs about the presence of Naxals in South Bastar area, security forces launched an intensive search operation on Friday night. Nearly 2,000 CRPF personnel, Cobra Battalion as well as District Reserve Guard and Special Task Force were deployed in this operation. The Naxals ambushed the security forces on the border of Sukma and Bijapur district at around 12 noon on Saturday. The rebels opened fire at the security forces, leading to a fierce gun battle. The encounter lasted for about 3 hours. After the incident, additional reinforcements were rushed to the spot. And briefing media about an encounter between security forces and Naxals in Chhattisgarh's Bastar, ADG Naxal Ashok Juneja revealed that several number of Naxals have been killed in the encounter. He also informed that mortal remains of 20 Jawans out of the 21 who were missing have been located.
कल आफ्टरनून में करीब 11 साढ़े 11 बजे दोनों पार्टी नक्सली और सुरक्षा बलों में, जिसके अंदर सीआरपीएफ, कोबरा, एसटीएफ, डीआरजी और सीएफ के जवान थे, दोनों तरफ से 4 घंटे की मुठभेड़ की चली, करीब 11:30 बजे से लेकर 3:30 बजे तक। इस मुठभेड़ के अंदर काफ़ी नक्सलियों के हताहत होने की खबर है, क्योंकि जो गोपनीय जानकारी मिल रही थी और सूत्र बता रहे थे करीब 3 या 4 ट्रैक्टरों से जो घायल और मृत नक्सली हैं उनको वहाँ से ट्रांसपोर्ट किया गया। उनको अभी वॉच कर रहे हैं हम लोग। और सुरक्षा बलों की तरफ से हमारे कल 2 जवान शहीद जो हुए थे उनको मॉर्टर डिटेल्स प्राप्त हो गए थे। और आज जो सुबह हमने अर्ली मॉर्निंग ऑपरेशन लॉन्च किया, रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन, उसके अंदर ऐसा जानकारी मिल रही है कि जो 21 मिसिंग थे, जिसके अंदर कोबरा, एसटीएफ और डीआरजी के जवान थे, 21 में से बॉडी 20 की जो मॉर्टर डिटेल्स है वो लोकेट हो गई है। अभी भारतीय वायुसेना और केंद्रीय एजेंसियों और सीआरपीएफ के जो वरिष्ठ अधिकारी मौजूद हैं, सभी से समन्वय स्थापित करके उनके मॉर्टर डिटेल्स को वहाँ से इवैक्यूएट कराया जा रहा है।
And the ADG also said that the Naxals used heavy arms and ammunition during the encounter but still suffered massive loss.
जानकारी में आ रहा है कि वेपन उनके द्वारा रॉकेट लॉन्चर भी यूज़ किया गया है और हैंड ग्रेनेड भी यूज़ किए गए हैं और जो गन शॉट इंजरीज भी काफ़ी हैं। नक्सली काफ़ी मारे गए, जैसा मैंने बताया कि गोपनीय सूत्रों से जानकारी मिली है 3 या 4 ट्रैक्टर में उनकी बॉडीज गई है। अब वो भी धीरे धीरे दाम उनके उभर के आएंगे तो उनका कार्ड वो भी जानकारी प्राप्त होगी।
And President Ramnath Kovind has expressed his condolences to the brave security personnel who laid down their lives in the encounter. In a tweet, President said, and I quote, "The killing of the security personnel while battling Maoist insurgency in Chhattisgarh is a matter of deep anguish. My condolences to the bereaved families. The nation shares their pain and will never forget this sacrifice." And Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also extended his condolences to the families of the martyrs. In a tweet, PM Modi said, and I quote, "My thoughts are with the families of those murdered while fighting Maoists in Chhattisgarh. The sacrifices of the brave martyrs will never be forgotten. May the injured recover at the earliest." And Union Home Minister Amit Shah also condoled the martyrdom of the brave security personnel. The Home Minister in a tweet said, "I bow to the sacrifices of our brave security personnel martyred while fighting Maoists in Chhattisgarh. Nation will never forget their valor. My condolences are with their families. We will continue our fight against these enemies of peace and progress. May injured recover soon." The Union Home Minister spoke to Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel regarding the Naxal attack on security forces at Sukma-Bijapur border yesterday. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has also condoled the killing of security personnel during an encounter in Chhattisgarh. The minister in a tweet has said, and I quote, "Tributes to our courageous security personnel who were killed in action while fighting against the left-wing extremists at Sukma-Bijapur border in Chhattisgarh. They fought with utmost courage and their sacrifice will never be forgotten. My deepest condolences to their families." Moving on, Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a high-level meeting to review the COVID-related issues and vaccination drive in the country. All senior officers, including Cabinet Secretary, Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister, Health Secretary and Niti Aayog member Dr. V.K. Paul attended the meeting. India's total active case load has meanwhile reached 6,91,597. It now comprises 5.54% of the country's total positive cases. 8 states including Maharashtra, Karnataka, Chhattisgarh, Delhi, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and Madhya Pradesh have shown a steep rise in the COVID daily new cases. India's cumulative recoveries stand at 1,16,29,289. The national recovery rate is 93.14%. And in India, testing for COVID-19 is being conducted regularly. The country has so far tested more than 24 crore 81 lakh 25,908 people. As per Indian Council of Medical Research, 11 lakh 66,716 samples were tested yesterday. And in the wake of a sudden rise in the COVID-19 cases in Maharashtra, the Pune authorities have imposed certain restrictions to control the spread of the virus. As per the orders, a 12-hour night curfew has been on Saturday. Bars, hotels, restaurants, all religious places will remain closed. The order also states that no public function except funerals and weddings will be allowed. Schools and colleges will remain closed till April 30th. But factories in Pune will be allowed to operate normally. Meanwhile, the state government has decided that all state board students across Maharashtra from class 1 to class 8 will be promoted to the next class without appearing for any exam. State Cabinet Minister and NCP leader Nawab Malik urged the people to follow the SOPs to contain the spread of the virus. As the COVID-19 situation in Bihar worsens, all schools, colleges and other educational institutions have been ordered to remain closed till April 12th. Also, all kinds of public programs and events have been banned. Around 50 people are allowed for funeral services, while 100 people will be allowed at weddings with a strict adherence to coronavirus guidelines. Odisha government has imposed a night curfew in 10 districts between 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. from Monday in view of rising COVID-19 cases. The districts where night curfew will be imposed are Sundargarh, Jharsuguda, Sambalpur, Bargarh, Balangir, Nuabda, Kalahandi, Navrangpur, Koraput and Malkangiri. All shops, commercial establishments, offices, institutions will remain closed and movement of individuals will be prohibited between 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. except for essential activities. District collectors have been allowed to impose any further restrictions or allow such activities as felt appropriate considering the local situation. Jagannath Temple in Puri will be closed for public on every Sunday for sanitization work. And with the rise in COVID-19 cases during the last 1 month, the Karnataka government has issued a fresh set of guidelines ordering a ban on use of gyms and swimming pools, holding rallies and protests, while allowing operation of cinemas with only 50% seating capacity. However, on the request of Karnataka Film Chamber of Commerce, the government has later modified its order on 50% seating capacity in theatres and permitted the industry to go full house till April 7th. As per the order, all the apartment complexes have been asked to shut common facilities such as party halls and clubhouses. The new restrictions imposed by the government, so the guidelines will be in force till April 20th. Amid growing cases of COVID-19 in Madhya Pradesh, the state's Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has informed that the state government will announce measures restricting unnecessary travel to Chhattisgarh. He added that people coming from Chhattisgarh will be isolated if required.
महाराष्ट्र की सीमा को हमने सील किया है, छत्तीसगढ़ से आने जाने पर भी प्रतिबंध लगेगा। मानवीय दृष्टिकोण से जिनका आना जाना जरूरी है उतना आना जाना होगा और सामान की आवाजाही होगी। जो वस्तुएं लेकर ट्रक्स आते हैं, मेरी अपील है अनावश्यक इन राज्यों में ना जाएं, लेकिन संक्रमण रुके इसलिए कुछ प्रयास करने जरूरी है। वहां से जो आएंगे और उनका आना आवश्यक है तो पूरी तरह से जांच करके जरूरत पड़ेगी तो उनको आइसोलेशन में रखेंगे, लेकिन आम आवाजाही बंद होगी।
In view of growing COVID-19 cases in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the administration has announced to close schools for classes 10th to 12th also till April 11th. The Office of Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir has tweeted, classes 10, 11 and 12 will also be closed for 1 week in all schools from Monday 5th April 2021 till 11th April in entire J&K. Further, all gatherings of social and customary functions will be restricted to 200 only and after following due COVID SOPs. Right, an update now on nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive. The cumulative number of COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in the country has crossed 7.59 crore, and as per the latest update, a total of 7,59,79,651 vaccine doses have been given across the country. So far, total 27,38,972 vaccine doses were given on Saturday, the 78th day of nationwide COVID-19 vaccination. And Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has received the second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine at AIIMS in New Delhi today. The Vice President has urged the countrymen to get themselves vaccinated immediately and everyone to continue to follow all precautions in view of the surge in cases in some parts of the country. The first jab of the COVID vaccine was given to him on 1st March in Chennai. So this is what he tweeted, took the second dose of COVID-19 vaccine at AIIMS today. And with recent forest fires reported in the state of Uttarakhand, Union Home Minister Amit Shah has spoken to Uttarakhand CM Tirath Singh Rawat on the forest fire in the state. The central government directs NDRF teams and helicopters to be available for assistance. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has tweeted, and I quote him. This is what he tweeted regarding the fire in the forest of Uttarakhand. I call the Chief Minister of the state, Shri Tirath Singh Rawat, to overcome the fire and prevent loss of life. The central government immediately. So teams and helicopters have been instructed to make available to the government of Uttarakhand. And news now from poll-bound states and Union Territory. Campaigning will end this evening for assembly elections in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry, and third phase of polling in Assam and West Bengal, while single-phase polling will be held in Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry on Tuesday. Assam and West Bengal will witness the third phase of polling. By-polls to Kanyakumari Lok Sabha seat in Tamil Nadu and Malappuram parliamentary constituency in Kerala will also be conducted simultaneously. Voting for 40 assembly seats in Assam and 31 seats in West Bengal will be held in this phase. On Tuesday, single-phase polling is taking place for 234 assembly seats in Tamil Nadu, 140 constituencies in Kerala and 30 assembly seats in Puducherry. Senior BJP leader and Union Home Minister Amit Shah addressed a poll rally in Barpeta, Assam. On this occasion, Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh as well as host of several BJP leaders were present. Addressing the rally, Amit Shah alleged that Congress party has only worked for divisive goals, and in the past 5 years there has been great change reflected in maintaining peace in Assam.
एक कांग्रेस पार्टी झगड़ा लगाओ और राज करो की नीति करती है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी मोदी जी के सबके साथ सबका विश्वास और सबका विकास के सूत्र पर आगे बढ़ रही है। और इसी का कारण है कि 5 साल के अंदर एक भी आंदोलन नहीं हुआ और बोडोलैंड का समझौता भी हुआ, कार्बी आंगलोंग का भी समझौता हुआ। 2000 से ज्यादा युवा हथियार डालकर मेन स्ट्रीम में आया है और आज आसाम के अंदर शांति।
Amit Shah said that the centre is committed towards the development of Assam. He assured that in the next 5 years, Assam will be made free of floods.
हमारे मैनिफेस्टो में हमने कहा है कि आसाम को विकास के रास्ते पर ले जाएंगे। ये 5 साल के अंदर आसाम को हमने आंदोलन मुक्त बनाया, आतंकवाद मुक्त बनाया और अगले 5 साल में आसाम को हम बाढ़ मुक्त बनाने का काम करेंगे। आसाम के अंदर कभी भी बाढ़ न आए, इस प्रकार की व्यवस्था करें।
As the campaigning will end this evening for third and final phase of assembly election in Assam, our correspondent Vishal Barristo spoke to the Assam CM Sarbanan Sonowal to take stock of the situation and understand the mood of the voters in the state. Let's listen in.
The power play is on in Assam elections, and I have with me the Chief Minister. Let's talk to him and find out how comfortable is he while BJP is claiming 2/3 majority.
Because in the last 5 years, whatever quality governance we have provided to the people of Assam, so that is why the people are happy, people got justice, people got the security of life and property, and people got an environment of peace and tranquility. We have tried from the day one, because we knew that during the Congress regime people had to suffer a lot because due to their misrule, corrupt practices and all the like canvassing and all, nepotism, Congress have always been torturing the people of Assam. That is why they wanted someone to rescue them from this environment, difficult situation. So it was BJP ultimately could able to rescue them. We are confident that people of Assam have already decided to bring BJP back to power again.
So when it comes to development, your party is claiming that you have done a lot of development here, but CAA is also an issue for the opposition. So will it be development or CAA for your party?
It is a development, all-round development. Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has given a lot of interest for our speedy growth, not only to the state of Assam but the entire Northeast. He is the first Prime Minister in the history of independent India. So who has given top priority to our upliftment, to our growth. That is why he has supported connectivity and communication, and also to establish the industry throughout the state, and also in the sector of petroleum and hydrocarbon and a gas sector also. So this is how Honorable Prime Minister has given his heart to the growth of the people of Assam.
How much credit would you give to your leadership and your government if your party wins?
No, of course, it is because of the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi's support and his union, this thing, Council of Ministers. So everyone have extended their support, and that is why it is, of course, it is double engine, Government of India, Government of Assam.
With cameraman Anup, this is Vishal Beristo for DD India, Guwahati.
Now some updates on historic Dandi March. Mahatma Gandhi had left for Vanch from Dhaman on 3rd April 1930. Treading on the path of Mahatma Gandhi, the Padyatris followed the same routes. They were welcomed by the people awaiting there. Children, women and locals who welcomed the Padyatris. Sikkim Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang joined the Padyatris in Dhaman and accompanied the Padyatris up to Navsari. Chief Minister termed the Yatra historic and said that country is moving ahead on the path of progress after taking inspiration from Mahatma Gandhi's vision.
मैं तो बहुत खुश महसूस कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि ऐसा ऐतिहासिक जगह में हम पहली बार आया हूँ, वो भी ऐतिहासिक समय में जो भारत स्वातंत्र के 75 सालों का जो शुरुआत है 2022 में हो रहा है। तो इसके लिए मेरे लिए मैं खुशनसीब हूँ। इसके लिए मैं केंद्र सरकार, भारत सरकार को और मैं गुजरात सरकार को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ, सिक्किम सरकार की तरफ से और सिक्किम का सारा जनता की तरफ से।
International news now. A 30-member Indian Army delegation arrived in Dhaka on Saturday to participate in a multinational military exercise named Shanti Rogro Sena 2021. The multinational military exercise is being held from today onwards till 12th April. The theme of the exercise is robust peacekeeping operations, and the event marks the birth centenary of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and the Golden Jubilee of the liberation of Bangladesh. Apart from India, military contingents from Royal Bhutan Army, Sri Lankan Army and Bangladesh Army are also participating in the event. The Indian Army contingent for the events comprises 30 personnel, including officers, JCOs and Jawans of a battalion from the Dogra Regiment. Military observers from the USA, UK, Turkey, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Singapore will also be in attendance throughout the exercise. And staying with Bangladesh, the Bangladesh government has announced a 7-day countrywide lockdown from Monday to curb the spread of coronavirus. Following up on the announcement, the Railway Ministry has suspended all passenger train services once lockdown is imposed in the country. However, freight trains will run as per normal schedule. The Civil Aviation Authority of Bangladesh has also decided to suspend all domestic flights in the country from Monday in order to curb the spread of the virus. However, the operation of the international flights will not be affected by this decision of CAAB. Bangladeshis rushed to stock up on food before lockdown.
Shoppings, because we don't know the situation, the current situation. We just know that it will be lockdown for 1 week. We don't know the other days, so that's why I made some shoppings.
করোনা বেড়ে যাওয়ার জন্য আবার করোনা টেস্ট করার জন্য আসছি। এখানে প্রচন্ড ভিড়, অনেক করোনা রোগী এসে পড়ছে করোনা টেস্ট করার জন্য। এটা এখানে মানে বাড়তেছে দিন দিন, কমতেছে না করোনা।
And Turkey has imposed new weekend lockdowns in most provinces after coronavirus cases reach all-time highs nationwide. Health Ministry data showed on Friday that Turkey recorded 42,308 new cases in the last 24 hours, the highest level since the beginning of the pandemic. Cases have surged since the government eased measures to curb the pandemic in early March. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan announced tighter measures against the coronavirus on Monday and said a full weekend lockdown will be in place for a month beginning from Friday. Restaurants can only serve food for delivery and takeouts as part of the full weekend lockdowns, which will be in place during the Islamic fasting month of Ramadan starting on April 13th. Turkey's biggest city, Istanbul, and capital Ankara are among the high-risk cities, along with several Black Sea provinces, according to a pandemic map published by the Health Ministry. On Saturday, drone images showed half-deserted streets in Istanbul with traffic visible on bridges and highways. Turkey has over 34,45,000 cases of the coronavirus, along with a death toll past 32,000. And now let's take a look at updates on COVID-19 from across the world. Cases of COVID-19 globally have crossed the 13 crore mark. So more than 13 lakh people worldwide have contracted COVID-19 so far, while over 10 crore 57 lakh have recovered from the virus. The deadly virus has so far claimed more than 28 lakh 59,000 lives globally. The United States remains the worst affected country by coronavirus, and the country has reported more than 3 crore 13 lakh COVID-19 cases. Over 5 lakh 68,000 fatalities reported in the US so far. Myanmar security forces opened fire on pro-democracy protests in Myanmar on Saturday, killing at least 5 people. Meanwhile, the military stepped up its bid to stifle dissent with arrest warrants for a further 20 high-profile critics. Despite the killing of more than 550 people by the security forces since February 1st coup, protesters are coming out every day, often in small groups in small towns, to voice opposition to the overthrow of an elected government led by Aung San Suu Kyi and the return of military rule. Protests were also held in Myanmar's second city, Mandalay. The military is also waging a campaign to control the flow of information, ordering internet providers to cut wireless broadbands from Friday. Sports now. Anirban Lahiri hopes simplifying his golf swing and thoughts will finally land him a PGA Tour victory. The 33-year-old Indian fired a second successive 369 in the third round at the Valero Texas Open to move up 3 ranks to 5th place, giving him a legitimate crack at the title. Jordan Spieth and Matt Wallace share the lead on 12 under, with Charlie Hoffman, a winner here 5 years ago, in third place. Lahiri has shown marked improvements with his ball striking, that he ended his round feeling like he should have been a couple of shots closer to the lead. He missed several putts from inside of 12 feet, but was still upbeat after plodding his way around with 4 birdies on holes numbers 4, 11, 14 and 17 against a lone bogey. Since making his PGA Tour debut in 2016, Lahiri, a 7-time winner in Asia, has come close on a few occasions to joining countryman Arjun Atwal as the winner on the world's premier golf circuit.
I'm really happy with the way I played. I think this is probably the most solid I've played tee to green in a while. I felt really calm, and I kind of knew what I was doing, and it's really nice. I do feel like I left quite a few shots out there. I hit it really good. So yeah, I think I would have liked to be maybe 2-3 shots better, but still got to look at it tomorrow. So if I can go out and do the same things I did today, maybe make a couple more, it'd be nice to get in the hunt.
Moving on, Easter is being celebrated across the globe with traditional fervor and gaiety. It signifies the resurrection of Jesus Christ after his crucifixion and death at Calvary on Good Friday. Leading an Easter vigil service scaled down due to COVID-19, Pope Francis said he hoped the dark times of the pandemic would end and that people could rediscover the grace of everyday life. This year has been the second consecutive Easter that all papal services are being attended by only about 200 people in a secondary altar of St. Peter's Basilica instead of the nearly 10,000 that the largest church in Crackdown can hold. Well, that's all we have in this news bulletin. Stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.